Hi, everyone. I thought I would do a little voice update, considering I can just about now catch my breath after the magnanimous and intense energy that's come through after this full blue moon in Aquarius at the 29th degree. Very, very intense, strong, powerful changes within the biology, within the biological structures. Very, very microscopic changes, neurological changes, the entire nervous system being rewired and recalibrated, because this full moon did occur on a Uranus shift going retrograde. There's so much that's been going on. A lot came through that I've made notes on, and then more is coming through now as I am making this recording. So let me just go through some notes that I've written. So the full moon in Aquarius was on the 22nd, and later that day the sun entered Virgo. So we had major energy in air, plus a grand air trine between Venus, Saturn, and the North Node. A lot of air, and the higher unified spiritual waters, that unification energy coming through in the mental realms. This is also communication, speaking and thinking, as you can hear my throat chakra really being activated right now as I talk about this. Quite interesting. Authentic truth really, really coming through. Authenticity, the vibration of authenticity, the vibration of truth, really ringing forth. Very strong, very, very powerful. It's almost as if truth has not been felt at the depth that it fully exists. It has not yet been known, been felt, been heard, been sounded, been understood at the depths that it truly is. It's quite interesting how this is coming through. Okay, I just had a little sip of water there. Okay, so back to my notes. This really is a major transition of an individual being and embodiment, and in our personal and collective reality. I'm already getting September energy as this death and rebirth portal it actually takes quite a bit of time. Quite a bit of time in this dimension, because it is a physical embodiment, a very, very physical shift. So it's really affecting us on all different levels: mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Very, very mental shift now. So the September energy, with everything shifting so much and in every moment, there is no predicting what September will bring. There is only being fully anchored inside you, here, now, in the present moment, and listening for that next right action or inaction for you. No one can tell you what that is but your inner whispers. So it's very, very important that you make quiet time and space to listen carefully within and to commune with you. Very important now. This shift now is relating to a big change up, relating to money, relating to resources, and relating to our home. So there is a very big home shift. And this relates to how we find our home within ourselves. And this is also externally. Homes, residences, relocations, moving, whether that's down the block or across the world. It's going to mean major changes, definite large scale relocations at this time. And where you're called to go, travel, or move to may not make logical sense. It's simply a tuning into the knowing and a receiving the knowing that you must be in a specific location. And you might not get the reasons for that until after you move there. So really trust your inner guidance, your inner voice above all. Really trust that and take action. Without stalling that momentum. Really take action in alignment with the flow, so you can continue to receive what is coming next for you. As you take action, our souls are moving into a space where we have never been before, expanding and unfolding into a brand new space. So it is in the unknown at this time. We won't know what to do based on previous experience. So experiences will ply at fears that we've deeply held so far, but practice what you've been practicing so far. You're going to be calling up things that have been important to you in the past, memories, times where you've trusted and luck has found you and things have just worked out. So you're going to be recalling these experiences that have caused you to have deeper trust in the universe, deeper trust in the knowing that everything is going to turn out okay, no matter what. There's a lot of faith here, but not faith and worry, but faith, deep faith. Faith, really anchored faith, really important. And this will look different for each person. But each time that you trust and have faith and move into this new space, really knowing that everything is going to work out, you're really clearing out, releasing, letting go, and getting rid of these fears, these thoughts, beliefs, anything that has kept you from really, really trusting. There's a deeper relief and a deeper ease that you will be stepping into. And that relief and ease will be more of a permanent basis, permanent existence, permanent embodiment, more of expanding into that embodiment. So it's a releasing and of making space for what you're going into, for your new expansion. And they may be hard choices, but you definitely can do it, okay? You definitely can do this. As we step more into Virgo season, Virgo is about the purification of thoughts and the purification of spirit. And we get there through distillation, through this releasing. It's pressure. It is intense pressure, but it's releasing of what is no longer serving us. What's no longer, what isn't part of our purest being and our truest purpose. And as we release that, we're stepping deeper into a greater harvest and opening greater abundance, not just for ourselves individually, but for the greater collective, for the whole. So it's not just opening and receiving money or abundance in other forms just for certain people. That's very, very limited. There is, abundance by definition is infinite. There is infinite abundance. So this is not lack or scarcity. It's stepping out of that lack or scarcity mindset, that lack or scarcity vibration into abundance. So it's very It's spherical, it's quantum, it's infinite. It truly is infinite. There is more than enough for everyone. Everyone can receive. So not just me versus you, us versus them. It's enough for everyone, abundant. So really seeing the earth as a whole as abundant, allowing the blossoming of abundance in all its forms, all over the planet. Allow that growth all over. So under your feet, within yourself, within your heart, and allowing it for everyone. It's as if abundance growing from within the earth is also raining down, abundance raining down upon the planet. So there's so much beauty that is growing, the flowers, the plants, the grass, the trees, and growing within us. And so much that is raining down. I mean, it's really coming from everywhere. Be open to where this abundance is coming from. That is really this message that is coming through. Abundance and beauty. So keep tuning into the beauty so that you're able to harvest this beauty. And then you will see more and experience more. And that will aid in your own expansion. It's really, really beautiful. It really is. That's a beautiful message coming through. There's a large focus on Mercury at this time. Mercury ruling Virgo, and it's also currently in Virgo. Mercury typically rules the mind, the mental realms, communication, thinking, how we think, our perceptions. Mercury, the energy of Mercury, and Mercury, the planet itself, is really shifting and evolving as everything is growing, changing, shifting, and evolving now. It's important that we keep our perceptions fluid and to not grip, to not have a vice grip on our perceptions and perspective. It's really important that as we allow in other information or any information within that may suddenly come into our awareness, that instead of having this discordance that may occur, it's important that we allow this other information in, and take a step back in a way to be a bit fluid and to see where all of these things that are true, from what perspective may this make a bit more sense. So it's important to take a step back and to allow what may not at first glance seem to make logical sense, and to just allow many different seemingly paradoxical concepts or information, allow them to exist. Just allow it all to exist, even if it doesn't make sense. Just allow it to marinate, because where the sense will be made, where the deeper understanding and the knowing will be made, will be within the greater vision. I'm getting the third eye now. So this is the inner vision, the inner sight. This is the unified sight. So our physical eyes are two, they're separate. So if we unify those eyes into that unified vision, seeing it with that third eye, that one eye, with your inner sight, just going within instead of looking outward, looking inward with that one unified vision there. And just being present, just allowing that space to exist, allowing the space to exist between you and this new information. Just being really shifts everything. Allowing that shift to occur within is very, very important. Mercury, very different very different states of matter it can be. Be fluid. Be fluid Mercury. This is quite interesting. Be fluid Mercury. There are a few more messages that need to come through right now. The first is, don't back yourself into a corner by following all of these rules that it really is. I'm really seeing the vision of painting yourself into a corner, and then you just have just a very tiny little space to exist, and you can barely exist, you can barely stand, and you can barely breathe. And it's what's coming through is any movement, breath, or sound is like, there's a question, is this okay? Is it okay to move? Is it okay to breathe? And it really, this is about permission. This is about permission to exist. Are you asking permission from others to exist yourself? Or are you giving yourself permission to be? Are you giving yourself permission to exist? Which is it? Who has the power here? Where is your power? Who are you giving your power to? Who truly has the authority to inform you whether or not it's okay to be? And where is that line drawn? These are very important questions to sit with and ask yourself, and to not be afraid to pose these questions to yourself and see what answers come up within. And are you okay with these answers? How do you feel about what came up for you when you ask yourself these questions? There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. The only fear is not being. Fear, if there's something to fear your not being. Fear your not being able to be, not being able to exist. It's okay. It's more than okay. It's your birthright to be. It's your birthright to exist. It's your birthright to take up space, expand, evolve, breathe, grow, enjoy, love, laugh, travel, experience, share, communicate, give. I mean, there's so much, and it's never ending, and it's infinite. There's so many possibilities, and all of the things that you can possibly think of, and so much more, is your birthright. It's your birthright to create, to be a creator. It's not your birthright to follow orders. It's not your birthright to be subservient and be told what to do. Your authority is invested in you by you. That's very, very powerful. And if there's any resistance to that statement, any discomfort with that statement, that needs sitting with. And it will take courage. It will take willingness, desire, and courage for for you to sit with this statement. Your authority is invested in you by you. It doesn't need to be doled out to you from anyone outside of you. You are self-ruling. You are self-empowered. All of your power, it's all yours. It's all inside you. And if you don't have power, if you're feeling like you're powerless, it's because you've been giving it away. And it's really time now to remember, really remember that power, the strength, the full strength of that power, and take it back. It's really time now. It's time now. And it might feel scary because it's more power than you've ever had, but it's already been inside you. It's yours. It's already yours. It's time to breathe out. Breathe deeply, and take it back. I'd like to talk a little bit about discernment of truth, discernment and judgment. Now, we're going deeply into Mercury's shift here. Mercury is a very large focus right now. Mercury really working well with Uranus and the greater awareness and the higher consciousness that's coming in for everyone, at different rates for everyone though. The judgment, any judgments, value judgments that we make are of the mind, and it causes a separation. The moment we judge, we're separating things into this and that, and there is a disconnection that's made, completely separating them. Discernment can realize the greater connection, the greater unification of the whole. Everything is connected. Everything is energy and is interacting and interrelated. But discernment tells us what we are resonating with, what is supporting us, what we're deeply connected to, what is truth, and what is not. Discernment can steer us toward truth and really unveil the illusion, any illusion or anything that's false, anything that really just doesn't sit right with us. It's very discerning. So instead of using really very quick black and white binary judgments, zeros and ones here, if we can, now you can choose to notice when you might judge something. That in itself is a power to really continue to notice when you're judging, and to choose not to judge, to choose to shift perspective, to see the greater vision, the greater energies that are at play with whatever is going on. There's something else that you're being shown. Ask what you're being shown. There's something greater, a greater meaning, a deeper symbolism of what is going on. Yes, really listen to that inner feeling, that intuition. It really is intuition. And many of you may have discounted or diminished the importance of intuition in the past, but you are more on point. Your intuition is more on point than you've really given it credit for. It really is. So choose to value your intuition over the black and white on paper value quote evidence that you may be shown in the world, that others may show you. It's important that you really pay attention to your own intuition above anything else, really, really trust yourself. Trust yourself. Keep listening to you, listening to what feels right in your body. This means knowing your body, knowing the signs and signals that your body is sending you. And the location of these signs and signals, they can be anywhere within your body. They can be way up from the tippy top of your head, your crown. So this is we can talk about the different chakras of the body, but it really is deep within the physical body. So this is your head, whether you get chills, you might call it chills. We might call it many different things, many different labels. But it's the feeling is what's important. So it might be chills, it might be frissons, it might be electric energy, maybe your hair standing on end. It can be any parts within your body. Your skin might do a little electrical wave. You might feel it in your belly, in your gut. You might get a gut feeling. You might call it a gut feeling. It can be anywhere in your tailbone. It can be anywhere throughout your body, in your heart. Really pay attention to the different sensations in your body. Read your body as a truth meter, because that's what it is. That's really what it is. It's really, really what it is. Mercury and Uranus really affecting the nervous system and the spine in particular. The spine, very, very electrical. So we are electromagnetic beings. The heart has a very resonant field that it emanates. Very resonant field that it emanates, and it instinctually knows the truth. Your brain might think it knows, but listen to your heart. See how you go. See how you go with that. Really trust. I mean, in the past, we might think, trust your heart, trust your feeling. And you might give it a judgment. You might pass it off as not important. Not important. It means, it might mean something that is sort of belittling. Really diminutizing. Is that a word? It is now. So it might be devaluing the heart, asking yourself, have I really devalued my heart, what my heart has told me? This really means a deep self-inquiry. There's a lot of different, as you can see, a lot of different questions that we can pose to ourselves, and they're avenues within portals of vast stretches of expanse deep within you for deeper wisdom. There's so much to be found within. So back to judgments versus discernment. Choose your inner discernment over flat out value judgments. That's very important. Pay attention to your body. Speaking of the body, there's a lot of energy going on, a lot of energy coming in that is changing what is going on within the body. So your body is going to need very different things. More rest, more water, a lot of unique self-care. You might think very certain things are labeled as self-care. But giving yourself what it is you need in the moment, whatever that may be, it might be weird and silly and crazy, but you don't need to give it a label at all. Just give it to yourself if it's what you need to feel better. That's all it is. Give yourself whatever it is you need to feel better, whatever that is. This full moon in Aquarius is really about freedom and liberation, true liberation from all programming and conditioning that we have absorbed in our lives. Anything, thought processes and beliefs that have restricted us from being our true, authentic, unique selves, and being a true creator, creating new things, creating from a base, from a secure base within ourselves. It means going off the board, in essence, to be who you truly are and build on that. And that seed point is so unique. It won't be a continuation of anything that has ever been in the world. It will be something so brand new. And that means paying attention to all of the revelations that are occurring within you, all of those aha moments that you have. They come out of nowhere. They literally come out of the blue. They're out of the blue. It means paying attention to all of those, and trusting and building on that. Because it's not something that your linear logical brain, cobbled together and put together from something that it knew, from any previous knowledge. This is higher wisdom, higher dimensional blueprints that are coming down, that you're receiving. You are a receiver. This is like inventors, like Nikola Tesla or Leonardo da Vinci. They receive these revelations of innovation and blueprints, and then they build the thing. That's what happens. So it really means paying attention to these spontaneous eureka moments, and then follow that. Because that is the path to your creative self-actualization. That is the path to your purpose. Uranus and Aquarius are about connecting with like-minded individuals. And the only way you can do that truly is if you follow your own unique path. And the like-minded individuals will meet you there. You must follow everything that makes sense to you, that is the most true for you within. All of those revelations are leading somewhere. They are your own path of light, Coming together with like-minded individuals is more than just, this is my political affiliation, these are my labels. They're not labels. It's not about connecting with those in those separated, disjointed groups. It's about following your own unique path, following your heart, the authenticity of the heart for your true expansion, your true holistic expansion, your true soul's expansion into your human form. This is your soul's purpose. It's following that. And then, only then, will you find your higher community. That's going to be the path to your fulfillment. But it comes from breaking free first from anything, all of these preconceived, prejudged notions, all of that previous, it just feels like residue, all of that previous residue that's been there. I mean, these revelations that are now occurring within each of us, and they're becoming more and more frequent. They can be anytime throughout the day or in dream. They really need paying attention to, because that's the key to your own personal expansion. I mean, talk about distractions. Shut everything else out. Shut out the television, shut out the news, shut out your phone. What's really important here? I mean, the gold here to be found is in these personal revelations. Make notes on them. Write these down. Expand the vision of them. Build on this meaning. Build on on your eccentricity. I mean, dare to stray from the path of the group. Dare to stray. It's a beautiful challenge. It's a beautiful challenge to become more of you, more of who you are here in form. This is joy. It means more joy, more emotional fulfillment, more connection, a deeper connection with others, and really a deeper connection with yourself. A deeper connection with yourself. And that feels so good. Keep going there. That's the path. This is liberation. That's what this full moon is. It's awarenesses, it's illumination, it's higher consciousness, it's deeper connection, it's freedom, really breaking free, and liberation. The last message that wants to come through now is to choose love. Remember to choose love. Keep remembering to choose love. Remind yourself to choose love. Choose love, not fear. Not fear. Choosing out of fear will always collapse you. It leads you deeper into illusion. Choosing love expands. Choosing love expands and enhances connection with yourself and with others. Choosing love is choosing freedom. And it's not the meaning, the interpretation of the meaning of freedom. The most true meaning of freedom is in the feeling. If you want something to meditate on what it means. Here we go. Meditate on what it feels like to be free. Meditate on the feeling of free. What does free mean? And what does free feel like for you? When you meditate on the feeling of free, that feeling, that frequency of the feeling will open within you and expand, and you will begin to float like a balloon. And you will, in essence, feel free. And then you will begin to take steps that open you into greater freedom. Real, tangible steps that break through anything that's been keeping you stuck. This is a wonderful meditation. Please let me know if you decide to do this, to meditate, to just sit with yourself and close your eyes, or maybe stare at the water or the sun. Be in the sunlight and just feel free. That really is my wish for you. I wish you total and utter freedom, and I wish you a full remembrance of who you truly are. So much love.